Okay, so today we're going to wait. I want to listen to the show. Okay, so I guess it's... today.
It goes way back, which I think is part of the reason why I couldn't find like a solid beginning to this. It was just being like some, portals, I guess, being open
Okay,
portals.
so
Mirrors is a
here
big
you go.
one. So there's,
like you're trying to.
yeah. Well, there's this idea called psychomancy, which is in parapsychology and spiritualism. Dim lighting, and it's so tempting to. I mean,
So let's go to
like
the
Mary, that whole story. There's a whole bunch of these. It was just like, so I found this like this interesting case that popped up in a scientific article. It's called Monsters in the Mirror. It was in 2014. They did this study. Participants were asked to stare into a mirror.
Okay, so today
I've done that before,
stream
yeah.
of
And 28%
oil painting
completely unknown person.
because I need to get started with my VR.
48%.
But if you want to watch what I'm doing, go to the link in my bio.
Anyway, so a lot of
I am listening to a podcast. This is like my new favorite podcast. I'm obsessed with it.
So 48% said that's where I came across a bunch of different stories of people talking about like staring into a mirror. Yeah. And this one kid was talking about this thing like a reptilian talk down the idea. There might be something, I don't know, that kind of, there is a portal-like nature to these things.
Yeah, well, it just like I said, I was looking at someone else, and my face started to look at this being like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go put myself. I'll be back.
Was it on? And finding something in a mirror. Because, man, there's a lot of, people get turned on by different things. So, my other thing, oh, shit, they were
Beer, and people thought it was like a dick.
I found something from there, and I was like,
oh shit, that was it, once a day over. I did that too.
oh, yeah.
I did that. Yeah, that was like something different, so I'm not recommending it, I'm not also not recommending it.
What is it, like, terrifying?
Yeah, it's scary actually.
Yeah, your face changes
scary.
rapidly, constantly. What am I looking at? And it's like the same thing. I recommend it.
And then I started thinking, I was fucking get stuck.
Yeah.
So it's actually popped up in a, like,
Children are like,
yeah,
type of thing.
yeah. But what about technology? Is it constantly going, maybe?
Hi.
Everything's listening to us, it's like,
Sorry, I had to go put socks on because my feet were so cold.
never read that shit.
I have to like. This is my last week. I'm going to move to. Let me know. I'm drinking some mint tea and I'm eating a chocolate.
And I just think, like, I kind of said it earlier in the podcast stuff, but I just think that, like, I think it's okay to take it seriously. I mean, these stories are great, and it's how we tell these stories. But the thing is, we all feel shitty sometimes, and I think you have to believe that there's, and you should get looked at. That's all I have to say. And I think that possession is a real thing,
Okay.
and the higher the vibration,
I think I'm ready.
the less they will be
I was hungry.
for something. So drink.
Goodbye.
Tonight on Cosmic Cantina, we're going back to school to learn how to interact with alien beings. Tonight on Cosmic Cantina, we're going back to school to learn how to interact with alien beings. Why are there so many huge cases involving school children experiencing encounters with UFOs? Yes. So open up your textbooks
I
and grab an umbrella because the alien weirdness is flying thick
October.
and fast. I'm your host, Melissa.
I think that's a good podcast. Anyway, everyone else is here. Cigalos, my name.
World of monsters, sea creatures, reptiles.
Hi, Yusef. How are you? Have you calmed down since last time we spoke? You're not gonna ask me inappropriate things because then I might have to block you. Just joking. Just keep it, keep it cool. I'm doing from it.
That needs a little illumination.
I'm just chilling right now. Cause next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll in the meantime, what am I gonna do today? I'm painting. Like, it's oil painting. I'm not sure if you can see, but like, I'm waiting for and stuff with the Oculus. And what else? Zombie. Oh, and then there's this the makers of it's a Facebook G. But I haven't gotten that far because is this my job? No, I'm model. I'm just on a break right now. I'm not in New York. I'm normally in New York, so I'm in England right now. So let's see. Cookies. I'm trying to decide exactly what's going to have to do that. I love this color. This is French. Ultramarine. I'm alright. How are you, Yusuf? So here, and honestly, I'm just like, I really don't care. I just want to listen to my podcast. So I have the royal blue. I might add some more darker blue, but I don't want it to become too cobalt. That sounds interesting. White is like this binding kind of color that always is good to use. But I'm not sure if I'm going to mix it. And,
look at all the idea that there's like alien bases even off the coast of Malibu, California. I mean, maybe we think it's a base, but maybe it could be something else. We don't. We're kind of in a pandemic, right?
hi.
This is real, man. Everything's real. I love an awesome story that actually
Be eaten.
Go to fucking corn squatch for like 20 minutes after that, trying to find anything else, and there was nothing. It was just one story about corn squatch.
So wait,
Who knows what it could have been? It's weird.
Next quickie. This one's creepier before we get to the main event, which is actually scary as some fucked up shit. This one is called The Beast of Oz. This is a cool story. It actually is based off a real animal eating an attack died, and then the animal bit him, because they were in a war zone. But what happened, which was crazy, and I think this part is true, is Captain Newhouse of the English Army said secret papers have been taken from the residence of the late Dr. Hochmuller. I probably butchered that. And what these documents exposed is some crazy, balanced, mentally unstable people, and found the one that particularly hated the English the most, took that guy, brought him to his lab, and took part of his brain and transplanted.
It's like Frankenstein is.
Where are you now? I'm not sure what. Pod.
No, I'm gonna say.
Okay, I'm going to explain what they are right this.
Am I-
Also, a lot of I've read about over and over again. So usually
Where they are, the underground.
really cool.
Interesting.
So this whole thing reminded me of crypto-terrestrials, a story about mountain hotspots, places down the underworld. This is what's crazy about Arizona. Before I get into the specific story of Angie. So it has a high rate of missing people. I really
Son,
this YouTube channel called
going down,
Paranormal
like-
Stories.
Oh, I forgot about.
Cave system has made a whole area a national wilderness, which is just weird. So now it's just like a national park, and they go into their theory about that, just like David Bolanis talks about. She was looking for rocks and crystals, and she just was looking for rocks and shiny objects. She found some on the way back. She saw something glinting in a cave, so she walked up to the cave. When she came to the cave, she grabbed this rock, and she heard something behind her. She turned and looked, and in front of her, she saw a cloaked figure with what she thought was like a reptilian mask like that, and then they realized, like, crazy. She ends up getting back to the pet store, goes to work, she's there, but she's just out of it, she's weird,
Oh.
she feels dirty. So she
I'm back.
takes long showers to scrub herself, which is weird.
Oh my God, this is
So
Okay.
we'll call them the soups. Alright, as we know, we've covered the superstition mounds before, Matt, in our episode. I think it was like hotspots, places gone weird. It also has, it's parallel to Missing 411. There's a lot of weird shit going on there. We know there's people being found at this. The Apaches think it's the lower world or the underworld, and the winds.
And
13 per 100,000 people.
because ultimately, what I really wanted to do was to make cartoons. So, and I ended up going to culinary school. So, hey, I take life as it is. That also does it. I'm actually subscribed to her. She makes them pretty sick.
Here's a story that happened. They look for rocks and crystals. And she just came to the cave, she grabbed this rock, and she realized, it was like a few hours later or something, or the next So Angie was all messed up from this, obviously. She didn't know what happened, it was very vague. She just remembers like a haunting memory of a mask. She ends up getting back to the victim. Yeah,
Same drawing I'm drawing. Up
and she
laptop.
so it's made up, this is where it came from, which is creepy. So they're walking towards her. They're all 7 feet of a curved drag.
So basically shadows after.
Clearly
I'm painting like the royal blue.
with a blue light, and she
It's like a period of time. I'm kind of bored with it now. Hey, I don't think that I should. Not cool.
It also connects a cloaked figure with a singer. Loose enough to look at it.
Turn this down.
Which is a super bizarre aspect of the story. I don't know how it fits. I just wanted to point out that detail. But later in life, he's with researcher John Robinson, who's a UFO researcher, and on his desktop, because this is like in the underground. I don't know. Richard Shaver, basically, these lizard people were taking people down there every year, abducting people from the surface for meat or experiments, and that's kind of like why I set this up with like how many people are missing in Arizona, the superstition area.
It's
Also, some degree.
Don't go on a solo hike in Superstition
a
Mountain.
little too dark going with it, but
Not hopeless, the devil. So beware of the devil.
I'm not sure. That smells sticky.
What do you got coming up? What's the word?
We're going back down the dark stairs.
Yeah.
Alright. So, I am constantly fascinated by the whole dog man,
Yes, you are.
all that sort of stuff. I'm so all about it. I don't care if it's real or not. I just want to believe it's real.
Yeah.
And stop me if you've heard this. Actually don't, because we need to fill all the time. But I found the story that was from, I guess the name.
Yeah, man.
Also season to media and stuff. I think she's fun. Anyway.
I saw a dog here.
Alice.
Graveyard
Of
shift.
course.
So she's on first name basis. Officer that stays fast. To the other officer, and gives this guy, hey, you want some Tums, buddy? You know, all right, what's happening? Too many donuts? So, well, cup joke, sick officer takes a couple of Tums. So she was like, oh man, what? Are you guys okay? Through some sort of traumatic event that just happened. Jan's thinking that maybe they came from like some horrific traffic accident or something. Police officers have to deal with that shit all the time, and it's never something that they can. It's kind of silent, like I can't believe it. It's not possible. I just can't believe it. Talking about what just happened in this scene that they just came from, in sort of scattered, fragmented pieces, and they're really sort of just trying to come to terms with what they just witnessed.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. They just tourism during this time of year is their bread and butter. And so to put this out that this happened would be a huge bummer, and people would stay away. Obviously, it's like saying a shot. The campsite, and there was a RV sort of motorhome that was in this campsite. And I guess this young couple who were camping. Imagine this. All right, so.
Cool.
Are they real or fake?
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Okay, go on.
So this young couple didn't want to go back there ever again. So they gave the police direction.
So from a different view and a different angle,
Here's what Jen says. A hinge in a crooked slant.
and I'm listening to this creepy podcast. So
Thin metal walls close to the front door, and more bloody paintings. Officers going all areas, scattered parts all over the area, and little white flags on separate stakes stuck all over the ground, marking evidence. The evidence was ripped clothing, bodies and body parts, scattered limbs, a pile of basal tissue. It was like, it was a meat grinder. Yeah, father, mother, and a son. What could a psychotic murderer who just people? So it had been some sort of wild animal attack. It was huge, whatever this thing was. They said that the claw marks were spaced apart, and it was like some massive claw. I had it. It was wow. It's crazy. It's got so fucking heavy all of a sudden. The RV, and he's holding clothing that is obviously belongs to a little girl. Meaning there's they're missing a body somewhere. They found a mother, a father, and the the side.
Wow.
Marking the evidence and lots of stuff. The police will whale, like you just screams all of a sudden. And I'm glad I'm sharing it with all you now. So yeah, I guess whatever slaughtered this family had decided to go up a tree and finish feeding on this.
Dang, do they know what it looks like? Like, besides fur and saliva?
Jan never found out if, again, many times, results came back with an unknown origin species. But the closest animal that they could be compared to was that of the canis lupus animal, I guess, maybe they do.
So, they run multiple DNA tests in the human genome.
It's been 20 minutes and I've been drinking. Where did this take place again?
This was in western Kentucky. The place was called the Land Between the Lakes, the LBL.
Right, okay.
locals know.
National Forest, okay.
So, I'm not going
Anyway, like it's for so I tried to see where any of this sort of resonates with earlier than when the first European settlers started. That's along the same lines of that idea of the skinwalker.
Now I need to figure out with the fingers.
To kind of take the form of a wolf or a jaguar or something like that. And it's basically just the
I don't even think I have one.
So there's this one similar ages, and they were coming back from town towards their home. It was like a 40-minute walk or whatever. And one of the girls has to stop to pee. So she goes off into the bushes and does her thing while the other girl sort of waits up to the two. Man, I can't do this. So she tries shooing it away, and she says she goes to, I guess the way it looked. They didn't really just try and tell like something. It's a two-good dog, this really weird dog, just standing there looking at him. And there's yellow eye shine, they say, when they were looking at it.
Oh, it's quite
Really? Yeah, it doesn't
natural
feel like it's a big, doesn't feel like it's overly big. They just shoot it away. Get the fuck out of here, dog. What the hell's wrong with you, man? Just shoot it. Nice. And the dog,
Remember that?
yeah, that's a pretty good visual right there. Sir Anthony Hopkins. Kid, ranch up, ambul's away, just it's not a big deal. Anyway,
So casual.
yeah, so this thing just walks off. Anyway, and they don't hear from it again the rest of the night. They get back to sleep with it. So they follow the footprints in the dirt, the paw prints. And there's blood trickling down, obviously, as it was walking. So they moved and kept going again with this blood following these.
Freaky.
Again, I can't. Final thing.
How did you think?
It's another dog story.
I'm definitely gonna have to
So
go
it's
over
a
it.
black one and a white one. And it's
Because there's two different tones of color.
yin and yang spirits that fuck with travelers, basically. So the white Quebeco is
Especially gringos.
yeah, yes, and help stories about little girls getting torn up into the fucking smell, right?
We've heard that
Oh
before.
my. It's very demonic.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Bigfoot kind of thing. And you might also hear them. Anyways, so you're not supposed to turn your back on this thing, otherwise you'll horrible luck or something will crazy. So in conversation and start. Yeah, if you guys engage with this thing, apparently it'll just send you to madness. You'll just be a fucking crazy person. You'll be insane. You'll make bad decisions, especially they say drivers. That's why they crash, because this thing is just tripping up. So it's supposed to. There's actually supposedly, I'd say, if they're on these long haul, going huge distances with little sleep, if you start to hallucinate a black dog on the road, it means you're gonna pull over and go to sleep. Otherwise, you're gonna fucking crash. It's like a really bad omen for them, apparently.
Oh, interesting. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, so it's like a legit thing. Yeah, so again, it's it happens all over the world. There's in the UK. Yeah, in the UK, there's the same deal again. It's called
Hi.
Shuck. And it's supposedly
How long have you been painting it? I didn't feel like it, honestly.
It was so freaky.
But thank you.
I don't know. I mean, it had to. I mean, it's actually.
I'm listening to a podcast, I think, as opposed to just being on social media and just showing off through pictures that can be deceiving or misinterpreted.
to it, just don't speak to it.
So yeah, I like hearing what people have to say.
I don't know how to deal with these things.
Don't look at it and it's.
Alright, before we go, I just wanted to also also say that we have a Facebook group for Cosmic Cantina.
Oh, nice.
I put a link in the Cosmic Cantina actual Facebook page. You can click on the link and ask to join the group. And there we can, bullshit about monsters and whiskeys. And
Nice.
we also put links to all the different stuff that we talk about at the shows. So.
Creation dark side. That sounds really good. But yeah, if you want to watch from a different angle, it's an L controller. Hi. Yeah. So yeah, neat and clean. Even though sometimes I can be messy, I'm not gonna lie about that. But majority of the time, like I like it to be clean and neat. Oops, sorry, I moved the camera. Oh yeah, thanks. I like doing things smart. As opposed to keep on doing something over and over again and then, trying to get the result. I think we're getting there, making progress.
Oh yeah, Till family.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, I still have to go over it again,
Tonight,
to get the evening color,
the one beer.
like an evening skin tone. And then I go in with the white and I do great thing that you can be doing.
They gave us a like on Instagram too.
So I think I'm kind of done with it.
It was pretty gooey.
I mean, it's kind of even.
Wow, you're so close to getting free beer. I can feel it. All right, Matt, what are you drinking?
Yeah, it's kind of even, but it's doing well. It's going, it's going well.
And it is the
Highlight.
but that's what I got straight up here.
I'm not sure if that's what I should be doing.
Awesome. I just want to thank everyone.
Brown.
Tonight, we're
It
gonna
basically
talk about
just-
something that we talk about a lot, actually, where we work. Psychedelics.
I
Yeah.
like it like this.
Boy.
Because the new color is too much.
This is an article, actually, in Scientific American. I just want to say that I've done a couple still kind of like maps. This year specifically, they're really
Now?
Take oil anymore. They're really
Amazing.
monitoring people.
Thanks.
Taking all the.
If you want to see a different angle, you have to go to the link in my bio.
This is definitely
Unfortunately, it's not high. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of lagging because, like a strong computer would have.
the data is
Oh, the candle burned out. I'm gonna go get another candle and light it. I'll be right back.
for treating mental disorders.
The sun.
So they're all over this and kind of.
Drugs? Are you serious?
And it talks about ayahuasca, and they go to a shaman who has no training, gives them ayahuasca, and so this talks about how
I'm gonna need some more
a
tea
couple kids ended up dying.
for you.
A British teenager died after drinking ayahuasca in South America.
Thanks.
19-year-old Henry Miller, a student at Bristol.
Yeah,
Robert
I wouldn't
Sandel,
suggest people
lived in
to start
space. He
doing
a lot
it.
of folks on shamanic journey. He does ayahuasca a lot.
So
He says it used to be.
now we're going into the eyes. Well, it's supposed to be the specs, the glasses, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's see what happens. I'm also going to zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm doing.
Whether he recommends that
Yeah, that's my.
they do extensive interviews with these people. They walk them
This
through
candle because it looks like it's dead.
if they have mental illness, if they have any issues.
And we're gonna go for the eyes.
Before they even board the plane. to
Hiya.
Peru. So the other concern is that people that
Baba.
die, maybe just have a
How are you? I'm working on the eyeshadows
dark shit,
and the shadowing around the eye.
kind of attaches itself to you, so you might be coming out of it with a worse mental state if you didn't prepare for what it is you're trying to clear. So that's kind of what this article is about. I just think it's an interesting setup to.
If you look
Oh
at
my gosh.
But, this is something that, you take...
Oh my gosh. Every time I do this,
Not just mentally,
oh no.
also physically.
Oh, so
So
much, yeah.
you sometimes you go on a diet, really restricted diet before you go on these things.
Yeah, that's what I said. There's a lot of different things.
This emotional intention that you put in. It's not just like, oh man, let's
You
go
just
see
don't
some
hop
movies.
up somewhere and just start taking drugs.
And hopefully I come out the other side and I'm
It can get ugly.
yeah, People are just missing out on this whole.
Thank you.
They want a spiritual journey.
Let's see. I'm just trying to get comfortable. These chairs aren't comfortable. These are like the worst chairs to have. You always have to get like stuff to arch and stretch your body. Get this done with because.
I rolled down myself and shat my pants. But I'm tripping balls, so it's all good.
Okay.
I think it's good that we're kind of, with that
Let's
first
do that
study
instead.
that you mentioned, they were kind of getting rid of the whole stigma about some of these drugs and medicines and stuff like that. Because I think
they're not drugs,
there is a lot.
they're medicines. They're not drugs.
Medicines, yeah.
Yeah.
There is a lot of.
A lot of people think people have been playing with drugs for a very long time, and sometimes a lot of it's just medicine for your soul.
No.
Not
My grandma
necessarily.
was taking cannabis and she loved it, but then was suddenly like, no. This is for those people who smoke the whack tobacco. You can't take cannabis. It wasn't mushrooms, but there are a lot of studies, and mushrooms are used in end-of-life therapy. They're really tremendous in helping people with the fear of death. I've heard that a bunch.
Yeah.
But just that stigma of.
That sounds better.
Like, you know, it was healthy,
Anyway.
she didn't want to be associated.
Oh my gosh. Why is that? I'm gonna wait. But yeah, we're getting places. We're moving along.
Yeah, I think so too. So,
I guess you could look them up on.
just like talk about.
That's why you shouldn't have. That's why you had Megan.
Walk me through like all the
It's really annoying.
you know.
Because then, how does humanity progress to the next level?
But I did feel amazing after.
You have. Where are you from? I'm from Israel, Ashkelon. It's right on the shore, so it's like 10 minutes from Gaza. It's nice.
Like I
Israel.
where I turned, I just felt like I could see like faces and like demons and it's just it was awful.
What else is
And then,
here?
after it wore off, and I was kind of like back to like Melissa and like three-dimensional.
Yeah, I'm definitely. How are
There's a
you?
lot of dark entities that attach to people in places that are when they're vulnerable like that.
I'm sorry if I'm not late. I'm just really trying to paint. so if I missed that you came. I was able to to drive. Sorry. So
I did.
Yeah.
Get a little dark.
now I have to like go in and do this
I
different.
found literally the first Western
We're getting there.
anthropologist to take ayahuasca, and he did it with he did it in 1956, and he did it with the Shipibo Caribo tribe of Peruvian Amazon.
Gustav! Hi, how are you? I'm not sure if you can hear me.
He wrote a series of.
Who is that? It's the Bob. I call him the Bubba. What did you write? Mad.
Big Sarah.
You.
Obviously, like we talked
How's
about,
life?
you go through this purge, and now I don't know how much they want.
I had to roll.
Like just
Let's see.
guts up, but just purging his body and soul.
Anyway, I gotta keep on going because I'm trying to finish this by this way.
But this guy was just like losing his shit literally.
My life. So someone wrote it in Arabic. Thank you.
Told that this, we talk about.
Hiya.
This, but I'm going to talk
Oh, I'm
about
gonna wave at you because you just came.
So,
Hey, Gabriel. If you're still there.
Experiences I've heard people talk about. having
Multi-streamer.
Ego death.
So,
These
wait, I feel like I need some more lighting.
thought he was literally gonna die.
can't see that well.
Maybe that's what the these.
Yeah, but then I feel like it changes. You say.
I know. We got that serious to begin with, but now we'll loosen up a little. Now that the ayahuasca's kicking in. So he says the identity CEO comes into contact with giant reptilian creatures reposing, or basically relaxing, sluggishly at the lowermost
Okay, that looks better.
you can only
With it, and then you start playing around with it, and then you just mess it
basically
up.
make contact with something that's inside his body, but
Oh my gosh.
In his mind's eye, is that what he's kind of saying?
he's seeing them in his
Hey guys.
Yeah, so basically
Thank you for coming to my
this study
stream.
explains that this is the
Let's
best
see.
way I can describe it.
I sound like a bitch. Do you know Pulp Fiction, the movie? It was said there. The serious wolf. What is this?
Well,
Margulis
well,
wolf
I'm
sounds
not
like a
gonna follow
bitch.
that later. I definitely remember detail by detail, so don't worry.
So you
And it was showing
and what like where are you
months ago
like where are you from?
it's existed on this planet. So it's just like a
'Cause,
barren
like,
wasteland with some water.
I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, I have to tuck my shirt in. Sorry.
Directed panspermia. You know the idea of panspermia where life was seeded on this planet from outer space, basically.
Wait, maybe I should do like, where is it?
And
The
so
other light.
directed panspermia being.
Okay, I'm back.
Anyway, directed panspermia.
No.
Basically, so
Czech
panspermia is
Republic.
basically like it happens like an
Pick de la Victor.
comet or something
Yeah.
falls down from the sky
Czech Republic.
or something. I don't know.
Wait, what happened to the other?
Okay, alright,
Anyway, back to the story. So, this is what he describes as happening in the following scenes.
Why do you never put the light?
Then black specks dropped from the sky
I just like colors in a house.
and landed in
It's all types of colors.
the barren land.
Good, how are you doing? I'm well.
Specks were actually large.
I'm just
The sky was so
and everyone has their own flavor.
creatures. I
Was
guess.
that why?
It was communicating
Who is this?
within
Let's
his
see.
vision. The
Hi guys.
alien entities are showing him.
Who are these
Little
people?
something out in space.
Yeah, you're right. I probably should. I'm not sure, but I'm not really interested right now in doing an OnlyFans.
Creatures then showed me how
Maybe
they grew up.
there's more shadows here.
Memory. I don't know. You know, there's data in there. You know. So
Listening to this podcast is called Cosmic Cantina. It's so good.
Let's go on, guys. Let's keep it.
What brandy were you talking about? Like the alcohol?
every time I say
Yeah. So they have like brandy that like when I eat alcohol or something. Just
Grab an umbrella or something. I don't know.
oh my god. Okay, alright,
Anyway, back to the story. So, by hundreds, and landed in front of me on the barren landscape. I could see that the specks were actually large, shiny,
I really
black
don't
creatures
want to put my
with
arm down.
stubby pterodactyl-like wings and huge
I
whale
think that's
bodies.
fine for now.
Their heads were
That looks like a
basically-
deep shadow.
Basically fell to the sky and were so exhausted that they slept for eons further. He said, and then he sort of describes after these
It's more of like little shot bubbler. That's it.
something out in space.
Nothing more than that.
They come to the
Like what?
of all the creatures on Earth. We've talked about the DNA being. So they.
Slivovic.
So.
Slivovic. Sounds right.
Magnificent.
Doing so much.
Like time-lapse
So wait, was it Slivo? Actually, tofu sounds good. I don't know. I woke up with tofu in my mind.
They were the true.
We're winding it back, and I'm turning up the volume a bit.
It's basically.
And
Spermia is basically like it happened.
we're gonna listen to this part because they're talking about like the human race and DNA, and that I find that very
Directed
interesting.
panspermia means that.
We eat a lot of fatty meats.
Oh. It's supposed directed
Is
panspermia.
it bomb like Serbia? They call
I
it
don't know. Grab an umbrella or something.
Rakija, I think. Yeah, it's like brandy.
Okay.
Excellent. How are you? What's this? Saviva? Wait, Salvavia. Salvavia.
Pterodactyl-like
Still painting.
for further eons. So they basically fell to the sky and were so exhausted that they slept for eons further. He said, and then he sort of describes after these
Rakija.
creatures.
Wait, did I pronounce the other one right?
They begin to communicate with him telepathically. So
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry.
he's communicating
It's
with
a lot of
the
stuff
things
going on.
within his vision that the reptilian entities are showing him. These little creatures that fell to Earth are now speaking to him.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So they then begin
What do you
to
do?
come to within the multitude. So basically they see the planet of all the creatures on Earth and hide themselves. I escaped this enemy, some sort of enemy that they were trying to flee from. So, yeah, I know this is fucking bizarre, but I'm so into it. So he says, before me.
There's so much stuff I have to fix on the painting.
He says,
Hi.
before me, the magnetic fucking shitballs.
We gotta leave that in.
Magnificence. He says, before me, the magnificence of plant
Let's
and
see.
animal creation and speciation, hundreds of millions of years of activity, took place on a scale and with a vividness impossible to describe. So obviously, like, he's seeing this like time lapse happening on Earth as these oily little creatures start seeding the planet of the plants, flora and fauna, and all that sort of stuff. And it's creatures with us inside all form and the entire planet. They told me.
Oh my
For
God.
this reason, they could speak to me from within myself.
Familiar, but is this happened in like 1950 or something? Is right?
Mhm.
So
56, yeah.
This is before all the writings of all the original thought.
Yeah, I mean, this guy, Michael Harner, he was the OG. He was the original dude who went out, had the first one of these Western shamanic trips. So yeah, I mean, when he talks about, and then I sort of link up these two ideas where he talks about these creatures can speak from within himself, right? Is that what the initial creatures, the giant reptiles, took? And that form in and of itself, obviously we've talked about reptilians before, is super interesting. I think that's super interesting. He's basically saying that this thing, creatures, created everything on this planet. It's just always been there. It's hiding inside us. Yeah.
Right, but the cool thing is he's like the first one to say that. Like no one's really said that before 1950.
Right.
So
Yeah,
that's why I think it's interesting. Yeah.
Right. And so he did get a little bit of verification after this. So he says after his experience, he went back and spoke to the shaman of this tribe that he was staying with. And he was like, this is something apparently that these from that form before he can sort of start putting it all together. And he was amazed that his brain could take that much information. But yeah, so that's what I got. I just thought it was like
Not too dark though. It sounds
like he's like learned the beginnings of the planet. But then I started thinking, when we talk about like the spirits on the other side being like manipulators and stuff, they said this line in there was this little line where he said, we are the servants of these creatures. Which I didn't care for that. That upset me a little bit. I wasn't down with that at all.
yeah, well, I mean, no.
Reptilians, and we're
I
serving.
love this sentence where I was like, what? Yeah.
About this.
And we're kind of
It's psychedelic. So if you have the wrong setting, if you have the wrong, if you have the wrong state of mind, maybe you can attract these things and make it fuck with you. They're tricksters. Who are the trickster spirits?
Cool. Josh?
I'm not sure. If you give me something to draw, I'll paint it for you and I'll ship it to you if you like.
Well, the early incarnation, while it's like depression and encounters with beings, like the craziest 15 minutes of your entire life is exactly what Joe Rogan says. It's like mushrooms times 1,000 plus aliens. Seconds, 3, 1,000, then bang, your entire reality just shoddy. Like when you take mushrooms and your hands start brother.
I was like, what? Let's knuckle down.
Like close the curtain.
You know, worship.
I don't know.
It's like
Control.
We're just gonna go for
they're
it.
hiding inside. Yeah.
I
they're hiding
am
inside
not
everyone.
a professional.
We're kind of
The wrong setting.
God help me. What am I doing? Oh wait, I was doing a hair. So I was doing like these little highlights. It's literally yellow, but I'm
Josh? I bet she's gonna be super positive. Here we go.
Woo! Like a Spielberg movie. Yeah. It's quick. It's a personal story. Light and that stuff is great and wonderful. And that should
Okay,
be used
let's
to
just
push
listen.
it forward. But there's so much magic and so many more interesting stories.
oh
encounters,
shit.
dark,
Wait, sorry.
and other amazing. I don't know if I was.
And it's on Spotify.
Good or bad, but it was crazy. So I don't know if anyone out there has ever smoked.
And the episode is
But it is the craziest 15 minutes of your entire life. Is exactly what Joe Rogan
Psychedelics,
said.
Past Lives, Alien Creation, and the Dark Side. So you have to look for it. So it's around, I think around October-ish, end of August. No, what happened after October?
And within seconds, you are
September.
fully on the trip. Like within seconds, you take it in.
Is it me? Keep going back for the parts.
Sweat is just instant. You're in that shit. And it was the scariest 2 minutes of my life. I did not breathe. So I looked at my brother who was there, and his face.
Damn it,
and someone else looked to the right, and also there was 10 of them. It was exactly when you looked on the internet, like what happens when you're on one of these experiences.
Oh, this is fun.
Oh, that's
Working.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it was so.
You did weed or something? I'm not
So
sure.
your brother was your shaman, basically.
You remember me from before?
Yeah, no, I needed like a security blanket.
Yeah, you were the one that suggested for me to do to go in with the white.
It feels like I'm trying some mushrooms and stuff. I never felt like this. It feels like you're getting sucked.
What's that?
Ego was like, no, you're not going
What does that say? Kasluk? Kuf? 2 years. Yes! What did we used to talk on? I think it was like Snapchat. I think we used to talk on Snapchat. How are you?
So bizarre. When you close your eyes, the world is more real than the real world. And I say that with like ears. It's like you look around just like you would in like VR, and it was like a hyper color.
That's so funny.
Tunnel I was in, and this is the creature I want to describe. In this tunnel, there's more real than real life. You're racing down it towards something. You can tell you're going fast. If you smoke more, you might just rocket.
Oh my gosh. What is he talking about?
You guys know what a beholder is? You ever heard that term before? Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to like people would just be like I don't talk to people that are rude. I just don't like that
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
they can go somewhere with them.
They came up out of it, but as they got closer to you, they touched me. It felt like a sensation. And
Okay, cool.
Peace. Slightly peed myself. It was the most intense 15 minutes. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I recommend it.
Wow.
And
Dude, I want to go see the beholder.
Go see the book.
I'm kind of like
just
intrigued
going
and
with
terrified
that.
at the same time.
I don't think you have a
If
choice
I mess it up, I
to
mess it up.
You know? You can't be like,
you just, those first 2 minutes.
Hi, darling. Hi, King. What is this? King is. What is it? King.
That's my personal story.
What is your name? King Slawaya.
So cool.
Slawaya. Sorry, I can't see.
Psychedelics.
Because I got all these lights coming in my face and I'm also trying to read the screen.
It's really coincidental because lately
But if you want to go see,
microdose, which tackles different topics, and 2 of those topics were psychedelics and reincarnation.
if you want to see where, like the full another view of what I'm doing, go. Whoa, what's so funny? Let's see. Where am I? Okay, here.
Which is mescaline for those people out there. It's a South American cactus.
Oh yeah, the mescaline.
This is peyote. This is South American. San Pedro is wonderful.
Let's see.
Right
here. Oh, it's alright.
your consciousness dry. Okay.
Wait, you have to tell me your name, Bombay. You have to tell me like your full, like what is your name? What is it? Sorry.
So,
Great.
Wait, what? No one told her that.
No one told her that.
All quiet now. Yeah.
it's the jungles on the beach. He's laying in a hammock.
You know where I would like to go to? I definitely would like to go to like what's that? I remember that name. I like Ricky. I'm gonna remember that. And you could call me JJ. I like that nickname. That was my nickname I used to get called when I was younger.
Get away from me. Like, I don't even want to hear this right now. I don't want to hallucinate a helicopter really right above me. That's just terrible, right? So it kept going on. And
Let's see.
Just out of nowhere, he just out loud says, "Oh my God."
Do you play like sometime?
Back in Nam.
Hi Raj. Hiya. How are you?
Boom. He's hit with a kaleidoscope.
I'm not streaming any games today. I'm trying to finish this oil paint so I can start getting on VR chat, dive into it and then get out of it and do it again. But yeah.
And he was blown away.
Play what?
It's crazier and crazier, and there's even some evidence in the end of this that will blow your mind.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. I'm alright. I'm waiting for next week for something. We'll see. Because the past couple of like weeks it's been happening a couple of times, so I guess it kind of could get annoying. But we're looking forward for next week to see what's gonna happen. You got Oculus? Do you play with the Oculus? Series X now too. Oh, I didn't get the new console yet. I'm waiting. I'm probably gonna have to wait until after I leave England. Let's see. I'm not sure if I need to do any more. Why?
No, I just think he went out into the water and went like surfing until the sun. Basically, like.
Okay.
Oh, one of his tripping balls?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh. I have like this insane idea. Like I'm not gonna say it. It might be like a secret. I have your chat, but you don't use laptop. I got my Disney, HBO. It's time we have to like go out. There's so much stuff that you can do and learn.
Super crazy.
A secret, yeah. I got a secret. But I'm not like, cause I don't want it to. I don't want to jinx myself. I hope that makes sense. I got blue all over my jewelry too. I don't want to jinx myself. That's how I believe my magic works. I don't use the headset for VR chat. How are you? Hiya. For real, I'm cold. Cause what? Like, and then they make their own like answer stuff unless it's not. Unless it's something disrespectful, I don't deal with that. From Turkey. Ooh, I love Turkey. Yeah, so it's like similar. I wouldn't say like. I would say similar climate, some culture there. There's some similarities. When you're done with broadcasting, I might voice call. Voice call. You listen. If you go on my marhaba. Wait, what is this? I don't know what you're saying. Yes, you encounter dark entities like maybe I did, but I got the other side. It was my fault. I went in like just going, no, I didn't. Even like also like.
I don't know if I want to do that via mescaline. I don't know.
How do you say like put it on you as well, like. And then it's also people's personalities, like that they sit there. They sit there and influence a lot of your thoughts. So you have to be careful. A lot of people influence your thoughts a lot.
Goo with the wires connected to your tip of your penis and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds awful. No
Yeah.
thanks.
I think this is definitely. I'm really messed up on this one.
Another podcast.
Yeah, I'd love to
We'll
do it.
get,
Because it looked like it was light, and I probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
That's not gonna work.
I mean, it just like he was saying, if there was like anger issues and stuff, like
I might have to block you. I'm trying to be nice.
which I won't mention on
Okay.
about myself right now, but imagine
I
if there
think
was like a
this is
reason
kind
for
of
it.
like, I don't want to keep on doing this and then like mess it up even more.
It's not my fault I'm like this, Mom. Alright?
Yeah.
But he said going with white, so I'm going in with white. Because what else am I going to do? Brown? Like,
Ryan and this kid. I don't have anything on the front, but I have a
The reptilians were trying to...
sorry?
PTSD and other journey and do your homework before.
I think I'm like, viruses. Disinformation. Let's talk about that. Aliens, viruses, and the OG.
Tonight on Cosmic Cantina.
Kuna. What is canon? Canon. Oh my god.
We're gonna drill into the whole world.
Hi, Alex.
Don't worry though.
How are you?
Russian-owned planets, ex-intelligent officials supposedly telling the truth, and historically insane ideas that never seem to die. So, I'm your host, Melissa T. And I'm your host, Melissa Tittle, and tonight I just got back from Aspen.
This is my
and I
favorite.
have a lot to drink.
Oh my goodness.
You listen to podcasts? Yeah.
How do you do it?
I love podcasts. I've always wanted to be. I'm nearly there to start. Like I have.
to help me through this podcast. So I grabbed her.
Until we get to know each other,
What are you gonna do?
I don't know too
What are you
well.
gonna do after that one ghost fish is gone?
I'm sorry.
The hard liquor comes out.
Please be understanding.
It's a Golubeski staple for the...
It's so good. Like I said, like you need to turn the telly off because it's gonna keep on repeating it, and like people get brainwashed
It's from Michigan. I've never
very
been to
easily.
Michigan, but I'm happy to go there at some stage and check out your cidery. I'm gonna stop talking now.
I think I'm like at a good point right now. I'm not sure if you go with the white and then you go again with.
I
Have Spotify?
We're happy. That's why we have this podcast.
Do you have Spotify? Because I could send you the link.
We'll start the podcast.
You like search Mysterious Universe.
Fear of coronavirus-stricken Europe. Okay. So,
Wait, I'm gonna pick the brown one. So like these are like this isn't one of my. And it's cut out of they're not allowed anywhere in the EU. So that's kind of annoying.
normally,
It's really annoying.
from the land, stay safe, wear your mask, stay in your cave, everything will be fine. So then,
Stay in your cave. Oh my god.
CNN publishes just today. Utterly
That's so crazy.
So in the article, it literally says, quote, somebody hit the button and shouldn't have, unquote, the official.
Sit there and just edit a bunch of stuff then and act like nothing ever happened.
I just want to just say.
That shit's crazy.
The
Now you.
being transmitted.
Uh.
Effort to say that it was
I'll forget. Oh yeah. Let's. copy link.
Is error certain?
Maybe you could. Hey, should I do it in here? I don't know. But that's like for Mysterious Universe. I'm gonna pin it. So it's really good. You can't like just look at everything you see. Oh shit, I put too much. Oh, I always do this.
Read what they're saying.
Oh.
Right, yeah. So again, like this is basically what is happening here, but they retracted the story because they were concerned about how people would react to it. Basically saying like, oh, well, if it's aerosolized like this.
Like this is the last of my guess. I was. Oh my god. Okay, please don't.
You know what? All that girlfriends.
I don't know. Like, should I turn the lights on or something? Like,
But wait, before we go on though, that sounds like he's saying that administration can't say that.
No, I think they're putting out like actual songs. Yeah, basically, I think that's what happened.
That's
is
better.
like they're
Let's
concerned
turn
with
some lights
the
on.
amount of, and I think this is
is
adds
it
fuel
too
to the
late?
fire for government. It's like a new
December
vote.
21st.
Article.
All right.
Oh my
We don't
god.
want to talk about coronavirus.
We could,
So-
yeah.
Okay, so another discovery that just happened. They found Venus's atmosphere did not. So on Earth, the only natural source of phosphine is microbes, and the gas is often associated with feces. How it got there?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
Just like calm yourself and so much distraction
Interplanetary.
and to hear exactly what is going to take for like 20 minutes and
it is ours.
go for a walk to see the sun rise and listening to the vibrations. That's really what I would do.
Place they're going to invest in tourism. They're going to go to Russia. They're going to go to Venus. But now,
Who is this?
China and the
Wait.
United States is like,
I'll forget. Okay, hello. Who is this? Ashivan? Ashivan? Hi. Thank you.
Racing to the planet. Like, let's do that.
I'm sorry. So,
is that okay? So let's just go over the three articles.
thank you.
Politically, apparently, there's not a business for terrorism right now. You know, because apparently all
But yeah.
the hate in the world has gone away unless you're dealing with internal hate within countries and fighting the coronavirus because you don't want to wear a mask. Other than that,
That's crazy. Everyone deals with certain things, but you can't.
It's weird. It's
We'll have to wait and
it's like,
see.
what is really happening. And of course, with the Venus discovery, I think.
What is my, so I do the micro, was it microabrasion? I have no more than like $30. I could probably send you a link if you remember to send me a message. And then I have brighten up my face a bit, and then I take the microabrasion and then I just sculpture out like all over, like my cheekbones, my neck, like underneath. I do all this stuff, and then I take the cold like jade or something, and then I have like, no, I don't have an amethyst. I have a rose quartz, and then I sit there and I just go over it as well. And then I use some cheap like cream, because like it really, you have to be careful of a lot of different creams you use. And then I make sure I massage on my third eye. I put a little oil for blessing in the morning to say thank you for being on this earth. And that's pretty much it. And then I just do my eyebrows a little bit because I have really, like, I don't have that much eyebrows. And then just like a little mascara, and that's it. So that's my routine. I probably should do a video. I'm just waiting to like to deal with what I have to deal with, what's going on in my life right now. But black soap, but celiac, and if you use like a yellow a scrub that is not like walnut or almonds or all this other crazy stuff, because you're scraping your face, you're marking up your face. It has vitamin C, and it's really good.
At one point in his own living room, they all saw an orb float around, and even Doty was confused. He was like, "Are you doing this?" And saw weird shit over the base, contacted the Air Force. The Air Force sent down Doty. Doty started talking to him.
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, that was
I missed all this stuff and I was talking.
Americans could read the signs.
See, this is what happened when I talk a lot.
Yeah, so again, like this is basically what is happening here, but they retracted the story.
Tina, I'm your host.
Okay. Let's just go for it from the beginning.
Bigfoot, ghosts, ancient cultures, and anything.
I still didn't eat yet. I'm kind of hungry.
That needs a little illumination.
Welcome to Cosmic Cantina. I'm your host, Melissa Tittle, and tonight I am drinking
Kombucha.
kombucha. I know it's lame, but you know, I just got back from Aspen, and I just had a lot to drink.
Oh my goodness. Well.
But did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said about the routine? I probably should make a video. I'll make a video.
Only ghost fish.
Lately, my wisdom teeth has been hurting.
Ghost fish left, calling my name. 200
Sorry for showing my mouth like that, but I don't have any cavities. I'm grateful.
Ghost fish. Woo! For life.
But my teeth right here have been irritating me
What are you gonna do after that one ghost fish is
a
gone?
bit.
That's when the hard liquor comes out.
It's really annoying.
That's when the crying begins.
That's what the
I'm not sure
Texting
which
the ex-girlfriends begins too.
background.
I am drinking a Josh. I think this is going to be my ghost fish because it is my favorite cider of all time right now. It's called Star Cut Ciders, and it has
Let's
a little
just
squirrel in a
go.
spacesuit.
Let's do the white again the last time, and
This
it's
one
like
is super
dirty.
Dry. It's as dry as a dead dingo's dog. Man, it's from Michigan. I've never been to Michigan, but I'm happy to go there at some stage and check out the
let's
cidery. I'm going to stop talking now. What do we got? Let's go.
Oh, I was gonna do the nude. That's what I was doing. Oh, see, this is what happened. Okay, so white, have the little brown here. That's what I was doing.
God damn it. Okay.
Oh no.
I don't know what's happening in the world. I mean, this is the first time I think all three of us are mildly depressed, but we're happy. That's why we have this podcast.
Mildly depressed.
So I wanna
Oh my
watch
gosh.
this article.
I feel like everyone is slightly mildly depressed.
I honestly don't know.
Have no idea.
Let's start with the first one.
But we live on this planet, so.
The
And
title
clearly
is-
we don't.
A couple days ago.
But clearly
Tells
we
Joe
have
steer clear.
no idea what really goes down in this world. We're just here. And this is like life has gone past us, and we've come to a realization that you really do not have any type of any control over your life.
To the coronavirus pandemic.
Isn't that crazy?
Not to travel
Yeah.
to Europe.
Think about it.
This edition of
I've been thinking,
the Earth
I'm trying to,
Hour- Oh, yeah.
that's it.
They've-
My head, like, I don't know, like, you know how to do a straight line, you know how to do, like,
We've officially-
certain things, like, you just do it. That's, you know what's stopping you saying that you're not that good. I believe in you.
Being understood to mean it's more
Oh, not this skin. Not really, though.
The idea of this.
Let's just go for it.
You know, being retracted. It wasn't a thing that's real.
Okay.
Released. You know,
I don't know where it is.
that means only N95 masks.
And I only have 23% left
But
on
it's
that.
not quite
So,
what they want to say. So, like, you know, when Seegers and
So that was the mistake number one.
retracted the story
Yes, this is
because
the
they were
thing.
concerned about how people would react to it. Basically saying like, oh, well, if it's, you know, if it's air.
and all the days when I don't, I lose progress, and then I forget how to do things.
Yeah, you just gotta own it. You just gotta own that.
Believing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Within minutes. Like within minutes. It's amazing how fast those spread.
Ugh.
California wine.
Did I don't even
Especially
know.
with the coronavirus in an aerosol setting or whatever the hell it or
It's
not
got
setting.
really cold in here all of a sudden. I'm sorry.
What did they say?
To now deal with
It's someone else controlling the.
what's going on. And yeah, it's like we're learning things as we go. It's like a new virus.
Yeah.
New virus. It's a novel virus. So,
Okay,
you know,
so another discovered life.
I feel like, oh my God, look, the brush is on.
So on Earth,
I feel like that basically if you don't, I feel like you should set yourself up for like a schedule too, as I have to give it a break. But if you're doing watercolors and stuff like that, that's kind of like, you know, you have to just keep going,
So of course,
if that makes sense.
as they announced this,
You just gotta learn how to plan
the
things.
article is Venus is a Russian planet, says the Russians. This week,
You know what's so funny? He said that, like he started the Space Force, and then you see how weird it is. And China had the Space Force, then they did the landing on the moon. War of like the galaxy. That's what it looks like. There's like this galaxy.
we think that
I have no
Venus is
idea
a
what's
Russian
going on in the
planet,
world.
so we shouldn't
I'm
be
just
lag behind.
speaking
So that's what he says. So
my
basically,
cosmic mind.
it's ours, and
What does it say? Can't.
I love that. I think what it's
But I'm gonna pause it.
Russia.
Well, they actually have, they
I'll be back. Okay, I'm back.
in the United States is like, we're going
Yeah,
to
it's
Venus
kind of
too. Now it's
bright,
like,
but then you don't see like
Venus, 'cause
the
we're gonna figure out
background.
who's taking a crap.
Hi.
Right now, Russia is
Let's stop throwing
the world has gone away unless you're dealing with.
together.
Okay, so then this
It's weird.
agenda. Like, what are we trying to do? So
Very
posting
weird.
things because we
I'm
can't
back,
understand
officially
them.
back.
They were posting things that makes it more really happening.
Sad, like they're having a space race.
Insanity. And so I
It's Earthlings. We would call us Earthlings. Whatever species that are here on Earth.
about, and I know that you boys have been doing some
Okay.
politics. And Josh, you were kind of digging
'Cause-
into, you know, maybe
let's
you're
see.
thinking to yourself, okay, well, what does
I was supposed to
this
text
program,
someone. I'll do it
what
later.
does, you know,
I can't.
some of this where people are panicking?
It's
They look to
kombucha.
kind of
So
informational
it's
people
life
that
sparkling
come out and
culture.
say
It says
all
right
this
here.
stuff has been happening.
So it's made with applesauce,
Oh, yeah,
lemon,
one
ginger,
of the greatest,
passion fruit,
special
kombucha.
investigations. That is
Extract from Africa and then bring it all around the world, unless they're making a profit from it. And I really, you know, I don't know how that works. Because no one knew it. Let's go with,
What is Paul? Like, are we doing this
I don't know.
more convincing? I'm a disinfo agent. I'm fucking.
I kind of like it with the lights out.
It's up to spin. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a crazy story. You have to go deep into it, but it ends hard. Like, Paul Ellison is crazy.
Because it's like, it looks like I'm in a spaceship.
No, it's not us. I think it's the Russians. They're on their way to Venus.
Ah,
So,
let's see.
also, Dodie confirmed something.
No, that's not.
It's on YouTube, so it's all based off this. Anyways, one of the other things he confirms, which is fascinating, which I personally talked about in this podcast several times, is hoaxed alien abductions. And he
Hoax
confirmed
alien
that,
abduction.
which is interesting. So if you're
So much brown.
he saw something, one example of how the thing is to cover up and mislead people, especially if they had a real alien experience. They'll show up the next night and fuck with you. So you'll have like this beautiful encounter with some angelic being, you know, out of a Spielberg movie, and the next night it's really, really crazy dark shit. Anyways, he confirms
But I
that.
need to clear
He
out
also
this
confirms paying off news anchors
mess
and
I
how they do
made
it.
here.
He was in New Mexico and talks about how they paid off a local person who eventually went to the national media. So they build like careers out of them. They get producers, directors, and hosts, and these people
That's
let Jody
crazy.
know what the stories are coming in, and then the military would talk to them and be like, don't let that shit out there. Don't let that story out. That's the real deal. Like, don't talk about it or belittle it or make it funny or put the X-Files.
It was basically, released documents that were showing that the intelligence services of America had a relationship in certain ways. There's a whole lot to it if you want to check out Project Mockingbird. I thought that was part of it. It sounds very similar to what you're talking about.
So this is a story that's going to coincide with you, Matt, where I know you had an awesome, you actually met Richard Doty recently.
I did,
And
yeah.
it's,
Which is a lovely old guy.
and I wanted to talk about it. Before I go to my story, why don't you maybe explain to people what you got recently, how that was like?
Sure. So I as part of my job in post-production, I'm also an illustrator. So when we get people in and tell their stories about, what they've experienced or whatever, I kind of sit there like a
You like scary movies?
sketch artist for the police, but I sit there and
Oh,
basically
sorry.
draw
I blinked out.
stuff that people have supposedly seen.
I'm gonna
And I
unpin
sort of,
this.
take their words and visualize it on my so anyway,
Do I like scary movies? Yes, I do.
I've drawn some crazy.
I think this whole life is a scary movie, honestly.
Yeah.
If you, did I didn't pull my boob? Oh no.
Yeah. So anyway, Dodie came.
Yeah, I think I like scary movies a lot. But I like it more like scary, like spirit stuff. Like,
and he was basically explaining to me a few different things that he witnessed.
That's too dark.
One thing, like personally witnessed, and then also
Like-
stuff that he saw that was videotaped back in the day, and that he saw saw the footage of the stuff, and he was explaining what he saw. The footage.
Definitely jump in.
Okay, so I added more
I
weight.
sent you guys
Hopefully it'll become more whiter.
They're great.
This is so hilarious. Art is so funny.
We'll put them on the website.
It's fun.
I don't think there's any harm in that.
Especially if you're having fun with yourself.
Well,
And not
it was
boring.
pretty fascinating, but the whole time.
But then I got brown all over it.
Asking me right now. The whole time I'm like, are you lying to me, Dougie? Like he's such a lovely,
Let's see.
And I'm just like.
Do you have any favorites? I might need this again. The white. Wait, but I already did it. Let's see.
Yeah, it all kind of felt like that. Okay, this is the story he tells. It's not really out there. He tells it in this interview.
Okay, this is too. What am I doing? This is too white. I mean brown.
In Utah. So Dodie would get phone calls from people or from the government saying this guy's reporting shit. So this guy suddenly calls up the local base up in Utah where he's like really close to, and he says, I have a bunch of films of aliens. And they're like, what's going on? So they send up Dodie. So this guy Raymond, to say who he is quick, was in a trailer. He had like an 8th grade education. He worked in a mine. He worked for the military. He was a very basic guy. Wasn't well educated, but he was a really good photographer, and he actually was in the military for a long time. So this guy was really good at photographs. So, but just not the.
Please help me. Oh my gosh.
Anyways, seems dead. I don't mean to be dead.
Dude, what is going on?
From Utah, it's just.
Just say. Who else were
I hope I don't mess this up.
in the show?
Hiya.
This guy has, it's everything you want in a case. It's a story with a ton of evidence. So these aliens, which I'll describe in a second with help of Matt, showed up over a 10-year period. He had a trailer park with a fence that went around. And this craft would fly over, saucer-shaped craft, land, put down landing things, and land in the same spot periodically over 10 years. Raymond developed a relationship with these beings. And there was 2 different types. There was these helper beings that were wearing. So they were something kind of out of I don't know, one of those sci-fi movies like Doctor Strangelove or something. It's just really weird. But on the other, Doctor Who, sorry, that's what I was trying to think of, yeah. And then the real alien was what you drew, Matt, and how he describes it is I don't know, it's like the prince of aliens.
No, you're not there. Sorry. I was trying to paint.
Something long and slender, 4 fingers, which is interesting. Usually we hear about 3. Everything's 3. The Nazca mummies, the craft, stuff, everything's 3. This thing's got 4 fingers.
What? 4 fingers.
He comes out of the craft, and the other aliens, funny, come down on the ladder.
I met somebody that had 6 fingers, but they had to take it off. They took it off at birth.
This happened
Not birth, when they were a baby.
And at first they tried to.
It was a girl. I think a lot of their family was born with 6 fingers. But then you have 6 people that were born with 6 fingers. They're normally giants.
Any ands or buts, so it would just be human, move, poop, kettle, apple. You didn't know what he was saying. It just a bunch of nouns. It
definitely said poop. Yeah.
So then you get to the people talk about aliens. There's literally giants on this earth. What do you think basketball players are?
Raymond didn't have that word, so he used they were in my mind,
But everyone is part of the human race.
Sorry.
Footage. Only one time, he crossed the fence and went into the craft. They let him in, and he went around the craft and described it. They had a room, they had an engine room, they had an up top place where you could see out, but outside you couldn't see. There was a mirror, which isn't that fancy in today's world. But he walked around the craft once. But interestingly, this alien.
Anyway, I'm just trying to fix up the color.
Never went across his fence.
The color correction of the skin color.
Invited him over. He was come on over. The guy's no, I'm good. They end up
He's I don't go to trailers. I'm cool.
I don't want to stand.
Do I believe in it?
And gives Raymond a ton of gifts.
I believe in it, but
a star chart.
I don't deal with that. If that makes sense. Yeah, I do believe it's real.
Food, they never took it. They ended up taking 1 apple.
Why, do you?
The only thing they ever took was an apple.
What do you?
His helper beings, they took it on the ship. So, really crazy story. So Doty's interviewing this guy, and he's like, okay, why you? Why are these guys coming up for 10 years, and why have you waited so long? He didn't really have the greatest answer in the world. That would be important. But there was no great answer for why. Maybe they.
Why does it seem confusing?
Maybe they were interacting with people on the fringe, not making a big deal. Maybe testing them.
It's it doesn't seem confusing. It's well, maybe to you, because I'm not sure exactly what you've experienced or how much exposure you've had to that, you know, open conversations and certain things that you've seen on your own.
So it was just a fascinating story.
But it's something that
So cool.
there are people that are good and then there's bad. There's always a balance in this earth of good and bad. So it's kind of like,
Most of the stuff out there is fake,
you know,
but about 10% of it is real.
some people like
That's what
to
they do on purpose. They muddy the
some
waters.
people like to play with that and dive into it, and they don't know what they're doing, but they think they are. They're like, everyone has magical powers, right? If you look at it.
Until years later, it was just in a remote place. It says that is real. They were Evans. They were taken to Wright Pat in Ohio. That is all real. Roswell's 100% real. And
Of course Roswell is real.
Program Project Serpo that the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind is based off of is 100% real as well. But if you just, you know, go out there
That was
on the internet,
interesting, yeah.
there's tons of stuff saying it's fake. So what is real, what is not? I don't know, but that's the point. Mr. Doty writes it that way.
Yeah,
So, but
maybe
he-
we'll
but
go
he's-
into. Sorry, I was just going to say, maybe we'll go into Project Serpo at one point because it's like a crazy fucking story.
Crazy.
Okay.
And the first time I heard it was like, alright, it's just like a crazy UFO. Wait, what?
Yeah, right?
How?
Because he's either legit or not. Depends how you want
Have you what do
What
you
did say
like?
that could be true is that 10%.
Do you try to do stuff on your own? Like, do you read a lot of books or like?
Keep you paying attention to all these places over here and have you guessing, is that real, is that not real, right? And then hiding the truth underneath that because then it can control it.
I have to know, like, I just know it's out there. I just protect myself and I keep it moving because I
That makes sense. I mean, like,
don't call myself that, and I don't have to deal with that. So, yeah. Your soul will resonate with certain things that you encounter in life, and you should learn to repel them, or you should learn to either accept them and be a part of it. That's how it is.
Yeah, because that would be admitting that
But,
you've been lying
yeah.
all these years too, and that would be.
I just don't
that's
deal with
tough
it.
to swallow for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Well, we know they're lying now, though. We know, and no one really cares. Like, the counterintelligence officers came forward, not counterintelligence, intelligence officers came forward about a secret program with all these years the government's been lying, and now, like, they already lied.
10%
What
of
situation,
truth.
whether it's terrorism, pandemic, or
That's
aliens,
crazy.
I think that like people are just.
Why
so
did that
used to
just
not hearing
happen?
The truth that they just don't.
See, this is
understand.
what happens.
So then they have all the power actually, because
Yeah.
you'll be like, could it be true? I don't know.
It's,
Being this all fucked. This is
Yeah.
all, like, who knows?
well, so carrying on with what we were just talking about, I kind of was interested in, where did we get this idea of like misinformation, disinformation, of just fucking with people as a way of, it's almost like a weapon of war almost. Because I was reading a recent article where it was spreading misinformation in the United States, basically just
Yeah,
saying-
and you gotta be careful because, like, in America, that definitely is true. Like,
here's a bunch of misinformation.
a lot of
There's
information
a lot of
is
dumb
like
out there who'll just run with this,
a lot of opinions,
and it's just a mess.
you
Right
know.
now.
And a lot of times it can't. You have to literally go by what
At the same time, I'm like,
science tells you or what
like
research.
we just said. How do you know what to trust and what not to?
I might be the dum-dum.
Yeah, maybe I'm the dum dum. I'm not.
I'm definitely not.
I'm definitely interested into sort of like really.
I think the
like,
colors kinda
earliest
even out.
possible situations where disinformation was going on. Apparently, it's been going on forever. So anyway, I was trying to look into as far back as I could see what was the earliest, event that happened that was recorded in history. And it seems like, as long as man has been able to work out what lying is, what telling non-truths is. So, this story happened in the 1400s, and it's a story of Simon of Trent. Have you ever heard of this?
Simon
this
of
whole-
Trent.
And so it was
That's
a
interesting.
Franciscan preacher by the name of Bernardine of Feltre.
I like this chapstick on.
I'm not gonna try.
And it's white.
Had some issues with the.
Hmm.
And so he started delivering a bunch of sermons, basically just vilifying this whole Jewish.
Where am I?
It was these Jewish leaders. There were all sorts of different things, but there was three main set up. Yeah. So and then he's a sort of an excerpt from a book at that time, and the different places where he was really disliked. When I was Simon of Tremodia or something like that during this period. And the preacher Bernardo del Feltre,
Hiya!
pretty good. I think the Jewish community had murdered the child and
Oh,
drained
no.
his blood and drunk it to celebrate Passover.
That's
So
crazy.
this is the idea of
Oh, I know this
the
story.
Bible is this like horrible anti-Semitic rumor basically.
That's crazy.
Accuses Jews of murdering, historically these claims alongside the places been a major theme of the persecution of Jews throughout Europe.
That's
back in, like,
crazy.
these, 1400s and onwards, basically the continuation of
So I think-
blood. I found this article.
Anyway.
It was all his names.
There's like-
You zip it up?
Again.
In the States. So the Jewish community who had in quotations is a vision of all the water cellar that was underneath the synagogue that they used for a ritual bake. According to the trial record, the Sunday evening meal, and they found all of a sudden where they searched before, they found the kid's body. Just sitting in a body of water. So Samuel himself, the Jewish guy of the family, accompanied with two other family members of the Jewish community. This is really weird. So later in the evening, I mentioned his name is Ulrich, and he was ordered to carry the kid back to hospital. And it was interesting that the narrative summary, based on the trial documents that this guy was looking into, completely omitted the fact that the Jewish people had themselves reported the body and then helped get the body out of there. Like they were like really concerned, like holy shit, someone's planted this body in our house.
Of course.
So following the report of the body's discovery, the entire Jewish put in this horrible
That's
situation,
crazy.
and they were forced to confess back or whatever horrible things they were doing to him. So obviously, if
It's like the Salem witch trial.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Basically the same deal. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just,
So-
it's just like a hate that got taken to. I think who this.
People for years during his career as a
I think it looks
Christian
alright.
pastor. So anyway, when they examined the corpse, the city doctors sure enough determined that Simon had not died of natural causes and had been exsanguinated, so drained of blood. So again, they're trying. It was looking into all this. Basically said it was all nonsense.
Communion or
They basically were saying, oh, this is, judging by the falsities and omissions of these court documents that were just basically, made up to fit the narrative that they were trying to cover up of what really. So basically what we have, back in the day, 1400s, is a group of people accusing their perceived enemies as being a secret cabal, interesting word cabal, where there's of child murder, blood drinking, these evil monsters.
Ugh.
What does that sound like? This is some murky water. But the narrative imperative, the official story of the murder, represents nothing less than a Christian ethnography or a false idea of their beliefs of what the court documents that were just basically, made up to fit the narrative that they were trying to push. The Christians' court account of the events that took place, we have as being a secret cabal. Interesting word cabal. Where does that come from? Kabbalah, the Jewish community.
Oh my god, I just got blue.
So we don't want to get into,
Dear my friends on Facebook.
It is very interesting.
this throughout the world about a Christian.
Continue.
Anyway,
Continue.
let's fucking. Story of the murder represents nothing less than a Christian ethnography or a false idea of their beliefs of what the Jewish rites actually were. So they basically were saying, oh, this is what happened because the Jewish people believe this. But obviously it was all bullshit, so fit the narrative that they were trying to push. The Christians' court account of the events that took place appears to be just this complete stitch-up and a cover-up of what really happened. So we'll actually probably never know what happened, but it wasn't this blood libel nonsense that they were trying to push. So basically what we have, back in the day, 1400s, is a group of people accusing their perceived enemies as being a secret cabal. Interesting word, cabal. Where does that come from? Kabbalah. Monsters. What does that say?
Popular right now.
This is some murky water right now.
It sounds like something a few of my friends on Facebook believe.
Comes with
Continue keeps growing and sort of metastasizing through throughout the world, and especially America right now. It just seems to be a continuation thing, and yeah, we have to stop them, but they're secretive and it's like a group. Yeah.
well, but again, every fear is really gonna know.
Well, listen, I just want to say something. What are we indirectly getting?
I'm doing the white.
We're trying to dance around it, but the Q movement, the belief that the Democrats are killing children and hold on, what's the whole thing? They're sacrificing children,
What?
and they're pedophiles, and they're and what people are getting together.
I don't think it's one side. 90% of the bullshit to.
And if you watch a social dilemma, you realize you gotta be careful. The guy who believes in aliens.
Because why not?
At the beginning of this podcast,
There's a lot of weird shit.
Back to Russians. I don't know. She's trying to wrap up for like 9 minutes.
Yeah, I've been trying to fuck around.
This is gonna be a long episode. I apologize, but I just need to say this. Whenever I
Oh my
hear
gosh.
anything, whether it's something
A little
I think is
English.
right, just disprove it. Like, even if I think it's like, oh, that sounds correct, that's right, I immediately go, I think that's a kind of a healthy way to look at all information, just to kind of, I don't know, if you can't disprove it, doesn't mean it's real, but, maybe it's just not disproven yet, just...
Entertain an idea without accepting it at first. How about
Right.
that?
Yeah.
Entertain an idea without accepting it at first. How about
Right. Yeah.
Okay. A lot to think about. I just think that there's so much craziness going on in the world, and we try to address as much as possible. We try to get into the weird, the wacky, and the disinformation, and secret space. What that is.
Mazda? From Turkey, yeah. Do you know Badrum? Antalya. Oh, so you're from Turkey? Yeah. I've been to Turkey.
At ID Mobile, we don't waste our money. Instead, we put pounds on selected monthly plans this Christmas. Switch today at ID
Look. Oh my god, now I don't know where to put this paintbrush.
On Cosmic Cantina.
Okay, what episode is this? Because I don't want to... I think it's a very good in the Middle East.
South Pole. Then, map elimination.
Oh,
And tonight,
I think I'm gonna like do some virtual reality. I've kind of had enough of my painting, like always stuff to do. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just do some VR stuff until I get all of my package for like my equipment for what's that, or like to stream, like to show you guys exactly what I'm seeing. So yeah, that's another setup. But I'm still gonna continue on streaming, gaming, and do all that. But like, yeah, there's this really creepy game that I'm gonna play. It's called something like Manners. Thank you for supporting my stream. Thank you for coming and chatting, to watch me do whatever I'm doing. Listening to the podcast in the background. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on. It's like my mini studio. But thank you. I'll see you next time.
No, not that bad. Besides the economy collapsing and killing a lot of people, it's totally going well.
Maybe that has to happen.
Well,
apocalyptic. And let me explain what that means. First, there's true north, which is the northern end of the axis, which our planet turns. But our planet's protected magnetic bubble, or magnetosphere, isn't per flotational axis. So, in the mid-1900s, the North Magnetic Pole was lumbering along at less than 100 feet each day. No big deal, right? Adding up to early 2000s, magnetic north was charted. It used to be in Canada is control top so fast. It's not visualization. So the South Pole was in the Atlantic. It was like instantly.
wow. Period. A couple thousand lifetimes ago, I know this shit.
Anyway, so pole shift complete.
And this is
It might be somewhere in between.
It might be somewhere in between,
Yeah, but it might be
it just,
somewhere in between.
it just got this huge amount of attention recently, and I don't know why that is. Maybe it was just, I don't know.
because there really is a family of anomaly hunters because of the pole shift. Some people are
and then created jacqcosmos, enthralled about anything.
and then
of Antarctica. You said that it shifted from somewhere else. Was it further up close to the Azores, or was it closer to South America? Like what is it?
A warmer region frost actually in Antarctica, which made it over. It's large. We have the Google Sky meter wide opening. That all the is also pretty close to them as well, which is to me pretty astounding. And I think there's a I remember when a tweet about ultimate evil, something that we were facing an ultimate evil. Then, he deleted it later, but a lot of people had already screamed going on, and it's not being made open to the general population, as well as these gigantic openings that you
Contact with the world leaders.
One thing I do believe is that these openings lead to some type of a inner Earth area. Now, I don't believe that the Earth is completely hollow on the inside like some people, I think the surface. When you think of the mass of the Earth itself, if you were able to just carve out even a 20 or 30 for maybe, 40 or 50 miles, you could probably fit a few million people down there. So I do believe that there's potentially a base that these visitors, I'll call them that for not knowing who they really are, that come here, that have been seen in a lot of the ISS photos and videos and everything else. I think that they have maybe potentially still inhabit these bases, or maybe they don't even come from outer space. Maybe they are ancestors of the progenitors that left them here. Maybe this is where they take off from and come back to, and that's why we see them all the time. Maybe they're just, inner Earth type beings. There's a lot of question marks. We really don't know. But one thing I can tell you, in October of 2017, I did another class with remote viewing.